Hello there, it's your favorite neighborhood nerd, Simone. And it's Tuesday, and I'm sitting here thinking about my lineup for 2026. And the reason why that is happening right now is because, ooh, dog's not happy outside. The reason why that is happening right now is because I found some things recently that I want to talk through. And so I thought maybe you want to listen to me agonize about stuff. So, the two things that I'm trying to figure out or decide about is my YouTube notebook, where I often take notes about videos, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. This has been in use since January 2022. So this has been with me for a long while. This is a Stalogy A5 notebook. I covered it with this fabulous printable from Emily Correa, and it's almost finished. So it might actually be finished before 2026. But so here is what is left of the notebook. There's like 10 pages left maybe, so it might go all the way to the end of December, but maybe it will not. Now, what I really like about this is that the grid size is really big. It's 5mm grid. And I enjoy writing on this with any size of nib. And it held up really well to all the pens that I threw at it. I basically wrote with fountain pen in here since I started. I never encountered any problems. I already pulled out the next notebook, which is this B6 Wonderland 222 notebook that I thought I might use. But then I had the idea, because I still have quite a bit of A6 material, maybe that would be a better size to use. Also, what I'm a little annoyed about is the fact that what is the true size of B6? This is a little bit shorter, a tiny bit narrower, and it swims in this cover here. I don't like that. It annoys me. But the thing that I'm most worried about is actually the grid size. This is smaller. This might be 4mm grid. It doesn't seem to be a lot when you talk about it, but especially with different nibs, I've found, to be honest, if I'm not, to be honest, there's nothing to be honest about. This is just, if I'm not drawing anything or sketching anything out, I actually prefer lined paper because it's big enough to accommodate all of the different big nib sizes that I like using. So this is a little annoying that it's smaller, but I can totally use it. However, I thought that maybe if I have this in an A6 size, I could put one video would approximately take up 1 page space. And I still have 2 A6 notebooks left. Now I pulled this one out. I'm like, what, 2021? But then I remembered, again, I need to grab something because I'm talking as I go. And I'm like, okay, I need to pull out this notebook and that notebook. So I'll be back. That in theory, the A6 notebooks work really, really well for ink explorations. Like I did, this is how I did it in the beginning. But then towards the end, and this is what I really love about this and why I think A6 would be this. This is how I explored inks and how I really like exploring inks. I haven't done this in a long time, but I still think that at one point in my life, I will return to this because this is a lot of fun, actually. So I have these in here, and then I received this one as a gift. And so I did them in here as well. Still all the same way that I'm exploring this. Every time I look at this, I'm like, I should take the time to do this. Why am I not? Oh, look at this. I didn't even write in here. Oh yeah, right. Oh my God, the ink went bad. That sucked. So now I'm kind of tempted to keep those and not use them for videos. However, I'm thinking, you know what? If I really decide, whenever I really decide that I'm going to continue with all of this, and I'm taking the time, and these books, this book is still half empty, this book is full, and I want to go to an A6, I can just buy one, right? What is the problem here? Why am I not just using this? But also, I really feel very cramped. Now let's talk about my long form, which is an A6 size writing journal where I dump all the shit that I want to dump. Not every day, but 2 to 3 times a week. And I started doing this in the beginning of the year in this A6 Hone from 2024. And I just filled in some pages. Here is what this looks like. And but then, for instance, yesterday I used my scythe nib that is super wide, and it doesn't feel good writing in this. Again, the grid size is way too small for these bigger nibs, and I'm struggling more and more with that fact. So every time I flip through this and I look at all of these ink colors and how much writing there is, I'm like, okay, I need to finish this. But there is so many pages left. So many pages left. Like, this is April 4th. So if I'm filling this whole thing, I'm going to be busy for a while. This is probably gonna last me all of 2026. But should I really make myself continue in this A6 notebook when I'm not really all into this? Yes, I love the paper. Yes, I love how it looks. But should I just stick to this because of that? But what am I going to do with this? Am I just using it as scrap paper? And then am I just using this as scrap paper? But is this not worth keeping? Am I going to burn this someday? Do I want my kids to read this whenever I'm gone? So is this something that I'm throwing away and I can just, because anyway, if I'm just going to mess in this book for something or not something, would these pages be tossed anyway? I'm not sure. And I'm really like, there's nothing wrong with me just trying things out, but also I'm overthinking this. And maybe that's exactly the reason why I want to talk about it, so that I'm snapping out of that overthinking process. So I have had this idea that I think Another reason that I don't like actually journaling in this is because it's so thick. And when I'm writing in this, I am so high up. And because the page is so tiny, I'm always like on the edge here. I'm like, falling off, unless I'm on this side. When I'm writing on this side, and when I'm writing here and journaling with my pens, I'm tumbling over the edge here, and I'm feeling like I'm not I don't like the pen. But when I recently wrote a letter on an A5 paper that was flat on the surface, I felt completely different about the same pen. And I think I noticed that because I had just finished journaling in here. I was like, maybe I should sell the pen. I just don't like writing with it. And then I worked on the letter, and I was so enamored with the pen that I actually considered buying a second one. So I'm in this twist of things where I'm feeling obliged to keep using this, but at the same time, I'm not really enjoying it. And when I think about the amount of pages that are still in here, and realizing that this might be taking another year to finish it, I feel like I should switch out of it just for the enjoyment reason. So even though I feel like I'm abandoning something that I shouldn't, I'm gonna say that I'm not going to continue in this. But what am I going to continue in? I want it to be Tomoe River paper. I want it to be awesome. Oh, cat wants out. So let's use this for ink splatters. Even though I'm not currently working on this, I think I'm going to keep this for the inks. So this is going to go back into my box. I'm a little scared starting a whole note. Okay. This is a notebook. This is the planner. I was like, what if I just tried using this? But I'm kind of like, I hate starting a journal or a notebook that has so many pages, and then after 2 or 3 pages realizing that that's not going to work. So I would rather test this somewhere, and which brings in this. I could use this for testing, but then I'm feeling like I'm devaluing my writing. I'm so complicated, man. So maybe I can do that for the next couple of videos. Just use this and be okay. And if this is working well for videos, I can move into here. And then I have a video notebook that I can use. And if it doesn't work, I can go and use something else. I mean, I have a ton of notebooks. Let me pan over slowly, or no, I'm not gonna pan. I'm just gonna turn the camera off and show you the box of notebooks. Here. This is Passport and Pocket. There's only one more B6. Then we have a lot of traveler's notebooks, and then this is all A5. Yeah. I actually also don't even know if there is brands that make lined Tomoe River notebook papers. But I received this, maybe I bought it, maybe I got it as a present the last time I ordered from Hobonichi, which was in 2024. I did not participate in the Hobonichi purchasing this year, which feels really weird, but this is what it is. And this is a B6 size. So let's see how it compares in sizing to the Wonderland. Yeah, the Wonderland is not the same size. See? It's just minimal, but it's annoying enough for me. And this one is lined. And I thought, because it's so small, I could try and use this as my journal for the next months, like until the end of December or whenever this is full. And then I know whether I like using this size or not. I could also just move into a regular TN standard size. But I really like writing in the B6 size YouTube thing. And I feel like if I put in one page, it feels really nice. The A6, sometimes I have to say a little bit more, but if I said 1 page per day, that could work in a B6, maybe even better than in a standard size traveler's notebook. So that's what I'm thinking to using. That's what I'm thinking about using. And I might just start, I feel really weird starting on October, what is today? 28th. But yeah, that's just me. I mean, I feel like I'm already overcomplicating everything. So giving myself, like changing things up, but giving myself the permission to start on November 1st, that's like a really teeny tiny thing that I'm like giving in on, you know? So I'm going to use this as a journal starting November 1st. I'm going to use this. Why would I even use this when I still have pages in here? So I guess I'm finishing this and then I'm trying my YouTube in here. And if that works, then I'm going to use this notebook. Oh my God. Did we talk about this? I don't know. It's little teeny tiny video snippets, so it might be 10, 15 minutes. It might just be, no, it's more. Yeah. So I feel like I came to a conclusion. Yeah, I did. And then I'm going to put this back for now. And I will probably try writing in here with bigger nibs and see how I feel about it. The problem with this is that I don't like the way it looks when I leave, when I write in every second grid. I could also just, let me do the fireside and then see how this works out. Who knows? Maybe I'm just complicated. Maybe I'm complicating things. Maybe I am. You might think and wonder what I'm going to do about my ink journal and my creative journal. My creative journal is supposed to arrive tomorrow, so I can show this to you as my tomorrow's snippet. And for my ink journal, I'm going to use a Tomoe River A5 notebook. I have several choices for that. I have another Wonderland 222 notebook, but this one is quite thin. And why that is important, I'm going to show you. Then I have a yellow Hobonichi notebook. I have the same design, A5 Hobonichi notebook as the A6 one. This and this are both really tiny grids. They are different color grids. This one is a dotted grid. Is it black or gray? Almost black. It's more visible than the Hobonichi, I think. Let me open this. Elbow. And then open this one. Yeah, so the right grid, which is the Wonderland 222 grid, is much more intrusive than the Hobonichi journal grid. Now again, sometimes I'm struggling more and sometimes I'm struggling less with the grid. And then I have this Kanso Noto from Jet Pens, and this one has a very, very light dot grid, which is a bigger dot grid, which I I really want to use this as a long form journal when I am in that space where I'm feeling like I'm journaling a lot, which is not right now, so I'm still keeping that. So this is the Hobonichi notebook, the blank one that I used for 2025, and it is, there's still quite a bit of pages left, and I will probably have some left. There's 2 months. I'm not planning on doing much until the end of the year. Like, there's not going to be a huge challenge or something where I'm going to use up a lot of pages, but I do think that this in total is more than the pages are in here. So it's 189, and this is, I think we've already surpassed that. I don't know. What do you think? Is this A5 actual real A5, or is that also different? No, this looks like it's the real A5. So this one is not in it, but I think what I'm going to do is decide between these two books. When I'm thinking maybe I should count the pages and see, and if it's less than 185, maybe I should actually use that Wonderland 222 notebook. What the heck happened here? Ha! Maybe I should do that, because that would be a good It's so dark though. If I'm swatching in here, does it matter? Well, what I realized is that I actually really like no grid paper, because I can write as tall or as big as I would like to write. I need to be careful. This is okay to show. Here, for instance, there's no obtrusive grid here that would tell me to write really small. I'm not so sure that I want the really dark grid. And here's your reminder: don't buy notebooks and hoard them. Buy notebooks and use them, because you might think you want one thing, and then you know and learn about yourself that you actually enjoy the other thing, or your size preferences change over time, and then you have a ton of notebooks in a size that you don't use anymore. So that's what I learned from this mostly. But I also really want to use the books that I have instead of buying new things all the time. Hello there, it's Wednesday. We are outside taking a little stroll, or maybe a little zoomy, who knows. And my hours journal for 2026 arrived. I cannot wait to grab it from the mailbox and show it to you later on. But yeah, I just wanted to say that walking outside, listening to an audiobook with my dog feels like absolute bliss. And I can't believe I'm getting to live this life right now, where at the same time so much shit is going down, and it sometimes feels like I'm not allowed to be happy, and it's really hard to have these two things be valid at the same time. And I'm super sorry for the shaky camera, but I just wanted to say, to let you all know that it doesn't make a difference to anyone else if I'm not letting myself enjoy the things that I am enjoying. Or same goes for you. Because I think if you're not letting yourself enjoying the things that you can't change and that just are part of your life, then you're not ready. You're not going to set yourself up to be a person who can help someone else. I hope that makes any kind of sense. But I just wanted to get that out there. And if you needed to hear it, then here it is. Would you have thought that this was going to be a handheld video? I didn't. But my desk is occupied by my husband because we have construction going on. So we'll see. I just wanted to look at this and maybe share it with you. I have no idea if this is upside down. So I have never bought one of these before. I've always been intrigued by them, but I never had a use for it, so I didn't buy it. But this is kind of cool. It has the plastic cover already on it. There's something included with it. I think it's postcards. I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, I don't know why this one was always the one that fell through when I wanted to try things. I'm glad I kind of ordered this on a total whim. I did it because I wanted to get away from the fear of bleeding paper. Now, the thing is that I probably am getting back to bleeding paper. Our studio shared a video of the paper test where they were super sorry that the paper isn't according to their expectation. And I think if you had ordered from them directly, maybe even through their distributors, you would have been able to cancel your order. So there is a cover already here, and then this seems to be a cover paper that folds around. So I'm not sure if that's actually something that I want to keep, but I'm gonna look at all of this. Maybe I do want to keep it for now. Who knows? And so you have title page, Research Project Weekly Journal by Our Studio since 2017. Okay, this looks more like a chart for when you go to the eye doctor to get your glasses checked, because I'm like, okay, I'm old, can't read this. This is for young people only, people who don't have problems reading. And then you have the monthly overview. I'm not sure that I did not buy this with any plans in mind, so I'm not sure if I'll actually use this or not. It looks really clean though, even though maybe that's one of the reasons I didn't buy it, even though there is some colored decoration on here. But it's super clean. There's no holidays in there. There's not a different color to any of the days of the week. It's a Monday start calendar. What if I accidentally purchased on a whim the perfect journal for me? We don't know. And then this says plans for 2026. And then we have weekly planner, 2-page per week. And then this is a weekly spread. You have the monthly overview is the week that is, no, it doesn't seem like the week that is indicated in here at all, but this says number 1, first week, second week, and then you have the month on the top and the number of the day here. I'm not sure if I can't read what is on the bottom here, so I guess that's the moon phase below. And then you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then that's it for the color. And you can use this any way you want. There's a monthly marker right here, and then also here. And that's the whole thing. Goes through all 52 weeks, I guess. It actually goes, we have 53 weeks in 2026. How is your 2026? And then free note, collect anything in your daily life. Specimens of daily life, from life to the journal. This kind of reminds me of something that a biologist would use to, specimen is kind of like, a scientist. I like that. What's that? Frame note? Frame note. My Alexa started talking right now. And then we have the Hours Journal is inspired by the Japanese elementary school summer homework called Free Research. And this is gift notes. And then we have something else to collect. Oh, and then there's, I think, paper test or something. Card folder. You can put business cards and stuff. Free note. And then what else? And then I think the paper pen test. Color note, which I will use as a pen test, but I will film a specific extra video for that. And that's it. Name, phone, email, line ID. Tune ma femme étoile. I don't know. Like this. I can't wait to start using it, to be honest. Bonne étoile. 5th 2026 journal research project, our studio. There's this pouch. There's these small cards with these pouches around, and then there's these bigger cards. I am at my desk now, but in the manner of handheld video. I ordered 2 washi PET tapes with this journal. They were both in stock at the time that I pre-ordered the research journal, and they're both fairly old tapes, but I have loved them since they came out, and there's nothing like these, I feel. And so I decided, you know what, even if they're old, you like them, you want to use them, so I ordered both of them. This one is the Dorolulu A Beautiful Day one, and this one is the Hours flower tape. I think this was one of their first, maybe not. Does it say? Date. Doesn't say, unfortunately. So yeah, that's this, and then I will be going to film a video about the awesome research journal.
It is Friday night and I am embracing the handheld video right now. So you're just going to see shakiness again. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to tag on the ephemera stuff that I promised you last time, if this doesn't take too long. So, and I'm looking at the wrong part of the camera, so let me try this again right here. That's where I'm supposed to look. Let's see if that's going to work. Yeah, so handheld, I'm gonna switch the view so you can see why I'm holding my camera in my hand, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do this weekend, maybe? I don't know. This, by the way, is my trash can. It's a refillable cat litter bin, and I have this cutting mat on top so that my cats don't eat plastic wrapping. But let's make this more cozy here. Remember this? This is a fingerless glove. Oh wow, my hoodie is a little dirty, but I'm trying to get in here. So here, I made this sometime in the spring, I think, and it finished, and it's actually really lovely. I held 2 strands of fingering weight double. It went really well, fast. I think I need to make more breaks if I am going to knit another one, and I would like to knit another one because this is exactly what I can use when I'm going outside with Max. So I would like to start another one of those fingerless mitts, and I still have, this is not the right yarn. I pulled it out because I thought I didn't have all the things together, but here is the yarn. And here is the other one. So I used these two together, I think. Yeah. I always thought that, so in my mind, I was using this color. But I actually didn't. And I think it turned out really nicely. So I'm also not going to switch it up, but I am going to cast on another one of these fingerless mitts, and I also want to cast on a hat. This is the pattern. It is the Snap Hat by Tin Can Knits. I knit one last year, and I actually never made the pom-pom on top, so maybe that's something that I can do. I think the hat doesn't necessarily need a pom-pom. It would be cute though. And the reason why I'm knitting this hat now, or want to knit this hat now, is because my store is having a sale on yarn, and I actually did not buy anything. And I also didn't plan on buying anything, but then today I pulled this. And this is, wow, now I have a lot of this. This is some fluffy stuff here. And it's called Airy. And it is there's so much depth in this color, and it doesn't come across on camera. But the base color is basically almost a turquoise. But then the fluff around it is green, and it looks really good. And so I want to hold this double or maybe triple. They say they are making, I don't want to show you the pattern. We held 4 strands of sock weight yarn together to make a chunky fabric and a marled effect. You could achieve a similar gauge with other weights. Try the following mix of strands: 1 DK and 2 sock weight, 1 DK, 1 sock weight, 1 lace weight, 2 sock weight, and 3 to 4 lace weight. Now, these are all sock weight here. And this one, I don't know. I wouldn't call it more than let me get this single, hold please. Okay, so this is how thick this is, but there's a lot of halo around it. So I would assume that this is maybe double the weight of the green yarn that you can see in my hand. So I think maybe if I hold 3 of them together, I would be able to achieve a good hat fabric. And these are the colors that I pulled out. I think I'm going to start, let me hold please. Here are the different colors that I want to combine with this. And I think I'm going to start maybe possibly, I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to incorporate the really green yarn. I thought, what if I start with 2 strands of the gray and the fluffy, and then move from 2 strands of the gray to 1 strand of the gray and the blue plus fluffy, and then I can use 2 strands of the gray because I have 2 balls of those, and then 1, 2, 3, and then move from, I don't know if I want to keep the gray all the way to the top, or if I want to just use these 3 together. That would look cool too. Then it would be just 3 transitions probably. The gray, and the fluff, the gray, the blue, and the fluff, and the blue and the light mint and the fluff. That would be 3 different transitions. Here is one hat. I guess that's more, maybe. Let me show you some other examples that are on the back. Here. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't even use that many colors to begin with. I'll just experiment, but I want to start knitting the hat, and I want to start casting this on, and then just maybe try and spend 5 minutes each day knitting on either one of the projects and seeing what is going to be finished first. But I don't want to exceed more than 5 minutes each day because of my back. I don't want to re-injure it. So yeah, maybe I'll take you along the cast on periods. I don't know yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do this weekend exactly, but it feels like winter is a good time to knit, right? And every time I see all the projects in my bags, I'm like, oh, yes, I remember all of these beautiful projects that I wanted to make. I need quick and easy, quick and dirty. So this is more the size that I'm going to make. And to be honest, I can see myself totally making matching fingerless mitts with this hat, with the yarn that I have here. We'll see. Okay, sorry, the promised ephemera cleanup is not going to happen in this video either. It's just too long, and I think I'm just going to actually put it into a separate video and share that with you on Wednesday, I think. Let's see how that is going to work out. But I wanted to touch on something that I'm starting tomorrow. And yes, I am actually using my plotter. I bought a pen on Monday, and the way this works, that I'm allowed to use get that pen, was to make sure that I would be using my planner for this week, did all the tasks that I write down in my planner, and also next week. And that was a great motivator, but that's not even what I'm going to talk about.
last month, or in the beginning of this month, October, I found out that it was International Postcard Week. I am not so sure if that even is correct, but it led me to come up with my own challenge, which was to send a postcard every single day in the first week of October. And that was so amazing, so easy to do. It was successful because it was only 7 days. And so I decided this was so easy breezy. It was so much fun. Why don't I try to continue doing this the first 7 days of every month? I'm going to send a postcard every day. So I prepared for November. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have a bonus card here. I haven't addressed the cards yet, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow is November 1st. So I'm going to definitely address the first 2 or 3 so that I can just write them and take them with me. I already put a name down. I put an address, a stamp. So the only thing that is missing is the address. I want to do that tomorrow morning for the first 3 days. Maybe if I can get my act together and take enough time, I can do it for the whole set of 8 cards. Then another day, I think I did some stickers on there. And then when the day came, I just wrote a little snippet. And it doesn't really have to be anything deep, because I think what I want to do is send a card to a friend and let them know, hey, I'm thinking about you. And I could even write just that. Hey friend, I'm doing a little postcard challenge and I thought you deserve a postcard. I hope you are doing amazingly well. Fall is great here. I'm outside with Max every single day. Then maybe I'll tell them that he's off leash now and that it's so amazing how he comes and recalls. And then the postcard is already full. There's not a lot of stuff of information that you can send to someone. And during that first week of October, I noticed that even if I just wrote one awesome snippet of my day, or maybe a plan of what I'm going to do tomorrow with my stationery, if it's a stationery friend, something like that. I'm just going from what I would appreciate if I got that postcard, and I think that's enough. So just putting it out there, telling you about it to nudge you. Maybe what you do is write one postcard every Monday. That would be 52 postcards a year. How amazing is that? Yeah, I just really am enjoying sending out these little notes and snippets to friends in real life and not just on the internet. And so I thought I wanted to let you partake and maybe inspire you to do something similar. So that's it. Lowest production volume ever. Handheld all the way through. I hope you still enjoy it. I hope you are having a great Sunday. Get yourself outside and soak in some sun. If there is some, if there is rain, maybe still go outside and just walk up and down the street once. Yeah, I look tired. I am super tired. I'm going to bed now. I just wanted to finish this because I have plans for tomorrow. Remember the knitting? I'm not sure if I can even film anything. And I'm not going to stress myself out about it. So there's that too. I hope to see you again soon.
Have a great first week of November. Until next time, bye.